Hi, this is Carol. Yesterday we had something interesting happen. I was in the kitchen preparing dinner and I had the water faucet on, and I noticed that there was very little water coming out of it. The water pressure was really low. And as time went on, and I guess that says the water that was already in the pipes, we used that up, it became less and less until we had no water whatsoever. And our first thought was, oh, our line has burst somewhere, something's happened. And so Ron got in the mule and rode along where our water line is on our property to see if he could see where there was a leak, and there wasn't one. And we heard from one of our neighbors that there was a bust in the pipe on further down our street, and that the houses all along the road were without water and they were working on it. So we went through the evening without water. Now, if you think about it, using water, first of all, we had drinking water. I keep a Brita filter in my refrigerator with a tank on it, and so we had drinking water to last us for a day or two. But we couldn't wash dishes. No big problem there for one day. We couldn't wash our hands. We couldn't use the toilet. We could use the toilet. We couldn't flush the toilet. We couldn't take a shower. Couldn't brush our teeth. I guess we could brush our teeth, but without water. And it was very inconvenient. And at one point, when I woke up in the middle of the night and realized Ron was awake, I said, "Is the water on yet?" He said, "Not yet." And when we did wake up this morning, we found out that the water was back on. So that was a big relief, because just one evening, and it didn't go out until pretty late yesterday afternoon, just one evening without water really was an inconvenience and posed some challenges. And I realize these are first world problems because we got it back. But it made me think about how we rely so much on modern conveniences, not just water, but cooking our food inside, having heat, having air conditioning, having a car that we can just hop in and go wherever it is that we need to go, drive ourselves there, drive ourselves back. Just so many conveniences that we have that if we were to lose those, if something were to happen, how quickly it would change our daily lives. And so that's just something I've been thinking about. And I've never been one to be a big prepper. I had those inclinations because my mother and father both were very much into, holding on to things and preparing for things. But I've had to make myself stop doing that because I've had so many instances of, food gets out of date. If I buy so far ahead, it gets piled up in the pantry. I don't see things. And so I end up, when I clean out the pantry, having to throw away a lot of things that are way out of date. So I'm trying not to stock things up. And then I think, well, even if I bought all these emergency food things, you have to add water to them in order to reconstitute them so that you can eat them. And so without water, that would change that. We live near a river. If push came to shove, we could always hike down to the river, ride down to the river, get water, bring it up and sterilize it and boil it and make it where we could use it. But so we wouldn't die, but it would be very inconvenient. So just some things to think about how we depend so much on modern conveniences. Just something I'm thinking about today, since we went without water for a few hours yesterday.